Mark, that duck stir fry is outstanding. I've poured a glass of wine. I'm going to go fill my plate.
You do that?
And I want you to show us. Are you going to do your pheasant stir fry now?
I'm doing my pheasant
I want to
stir fry.
stand out of the way because I think I slowed things down the last time.
Ah, you didn't
and I
slow nothing down.
want folks to see how fast this meal really does come together.
Okay, but just hang out. You can hang out. You don't have to go too far. What I'm going to do here, so I'm going to start my pheasant stir fry. I got the oil in there. And again, I only put half of the stir fry to start.
Half the meat?
Yes. The reason I do that is you don't want to overcook your bird. And even upland can even also get overcooked. Even though there's more of a fat content to upland.
Well, they don't have to make the migration, right?
Right. Like upland is a different type of meat. You know, you can cut it differently because they don't fly a lot. They run more than they do fly.
That's why it's lighter meat.
It's exactly. You know, it's so much.
Not as
nicer
much a
meat.
muscle meat.
No, it's not a tough muscle meat. It's very, very tender type of meat. But
Again, your favorite seasoning that you make.
yes, that's my seasoning again. You know, that's a base spice. And what this spice really does, it complements everything else that I add to it. It holds up, and it doesn't overpower what I'm making.
It doesn't overpower anything. You don't know that it's in any of the dishes. You can't find that in any one of the dishes.
None. You will never find that. But if I didn't use it, you'll know right away.
Exactly.
If I did not use it, you would know instantly that I didn't use it.
I'm going to get out of your way and let you go to town.
Okay. Let me turn this up a little more here. Now the reason I keep on stirring it like this is because you want to evenly cook it. You don't want it overcooked too much. Actually, some people think you have to cook pheasant and grouse well done. You don't have to. As long as it's medium, you're fine. Okay, I'm going to add some garlic to it. See how that's nice and white? That meat's really coming along real good. Now I'm going to add the rest of the meat. As you can see, that is still kind of raw and still somewhat cooked. That's when you add the rest of the meat. I'll show you another little example here. See, this is still raw here. That's fine. You can add, that's okay. Now it's time to add the rest of the meat. Okay. Again, my spice base. You can see I'm pretty liberal with it, eh?
Absolutely. But it works with everything you do.
Everything. Remember the steak I cooked for you that time?
Yeah, best steak I ever had?
Yeah, that was the seasoning I used. I use that on everything. You can use that on fish, poultry,
That's amazing.
deer, moose, elk, you name it.
It's amazing, first, how many things it works with and how well it works with everything.
Oh.
It's, again, 5 tablespoons of seasoning salt,
Yes,
2 tablespoons black pepper,
that's correct.
2 tablespoons garlic powder, unsalted.
Right. You blend that together real good, then you've got your base.
Excellent.
And that base there doesn't mean you have to use it all at once.
Right.
That just gives you a little bit more.
Sure.
You can use it for 3 or 4 different.
Well, as much as you
Whatever
apply to
you
your
need,
recipes.
that's correct, yes. You know, some people, once they use my base, they might think, oh, I want a little bit more, or I want a less, or they may not want any at all.
Sure. What will you be adding first?
I'm going to be adding the garlic Worcester with it. I'll get you to hold that, please.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the rest of this bottle.
Okay, so another tablespoon.
You're going to Actually, this dish here is, you're going to look at it and think, well, geez, how can what I'm going to be putting in it, how can peppercorn ranch dressing
Tabasco.
marry with what I got in here, okay?
Well, you've got stuff I would never figure. Peppercorn ranch, honey, and hot sauce.
Yeah, you wait till you taste that.
I can't wait. And this is a habanero hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
I know. That's
You don't
hot
use very
stuff.
much.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't use very much.
That's light your fire. Hot
Oh,
sauce.
yeah, they kick you right up. If you think you're sweating now, your brow's going to really sweat if you take too much of that. Okay.
Now, how many pheasant are in this?
10.
10 pheasant breast?
Yeah, so it'd be 20 breasts
Right.
out of 10 birds.
10 birds, right.
That's correct.
And this will feed how many people?
Oh, I'm figuring if you go a half a pound a person, you're going to feed at least 15, 20 people here. Easy.
Excellent.
Next thing I'm going to add is some teriyaki. Not a whole lot, just enough to give it a splashy flavor. So what? That would probably be
A teaspoon.
yeah, if you want. True.
One of your teaspoons.
Yeah.
You had such good fun with me the other day when I said we got to be able to tell folks, how many teaspoons, how many tablespoons.
Well, yeah.
Well, now I understand.
No, yeah, it's difficult to, when I cook the way I do,
It's all to taste.
and it is.
Everything is to taste.
And I had no one teach me how to do this.
Right.
All of what I do, I've taught myself.
Sure.
And,
You just try it.
and it's all because you got to want to do it. You got to have a passion for it. If you don't have a passion for it, you're not going to do it.
Well, that's
It's not going to work.
And this is, to me, this is the icing on the cake for what we do. We love to hunt.
Yeah.
We love to hunt waterfowl. We love to hunt upland birds and, big game, the whole thing. And this really is, the finale to the whole thing. I mean, sure, it's fun to chase the birds, and that's all great sport.
Oh, yeah,
But
you bet.
when you have, Mark Nardelli, have
Yeah.
put together these dishes that you do, it's just flat amazing how much you can enjoy the game that you've gone out and gotten right
Oh,
here,
yeah.
right here in the house.
It's just the, what's the word I'm looking for here?
It's just the finishing
It's
touch.
okay. It's really not a challenge to do wild game because a lot of people think it's so hard to do. If they would just treat it like if this was just store-bought chicken,
Right.
then they would never
Well, it
have
cooks
that
fast.
conception in their head that it's wild.
Or that it's hard to do.
Right, exactly. So many people go, oh, geez, pheasant. Oh, my God, what do I do with this pheasant? Oh,
It's just a fancy chicken.
that's all it is. It's a fancy chicken. And if you think of it, especially when you do any wild game, deer, moose, elk, duck, pheasant, goose, whatever, think of it as a piece of beef or something like that.
Right.
You will always get a good meal.
You can always apply something that you've had or that you've done
Right, exactly.
with those meats to this.
Okay, now we're going to put some hot sauce.
Okay, now it gets interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 dashes.
Was that?
Yeah. So that's about a tablespoon.
Now, what I'm going to do differently with this stir fry than I did with the other one, when I put the honey in, I'm going to get you to taste it. Okay?
Before anything else goes.
Before I put the final product in,
Okay.
okay? I'm just going to add a little bit of this stir fry sauce in there. Okay?
That's about a cup,
Yeah.
half cup, whatever.
And the reason I'm going to do that is so you can tell the people.
See how it switches? Or,
Right,
you know,
exactly. Because we're getting to that point right now.
Well, I mean,
gonna
what
add
I'm
a
looking
little
at
more
right
hot
now is
sauce
if you put the vegetables in with this right now, it'd be a great meal.
Oh, it would be
Now
definitely
you
very
still
good
have to
right
throw
now.
2 new twists in.
Right.
So you could do your vegetables, do
Well,
this,
here,
and it would
Just
taste.
for an example, try that without the honey in it.
That's great.
That's great. Now, what we're going to do here is really change this up.
See, that's got some spice.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you can taste a little bit of the ginger from the stir fry, and so on. But it's got that habanero
It's got
kick,
that kick.
and now you put some honey in.
Okay, now I put honey in it.
Look, I know how to measure this, Mark. It's about half a bear.
Yeah.
Put about half a bear in.
Now try it with the honey. And you'll see it's changing, but it's still got that kick to it.
Oh yeah.
See? Now, when I put this in, you'd be,
I mean, you talked about layers of things. When you layer your food together,
Oh, yeah.
you can taste the layers of flavor. in
oh, most definitely. This is just
that. Well, it's
the
crazy.
kick of the bucket here. When I mix this in with everything here, we're gonna add some cornstarch yet to thicken it a little
thicken it
bit. You smell the difference already?
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, that buttermilk ranch kind of thing.
It just kicks butt here. Now we're gonna need a little bit more here.
Another teaspoon.
Yeah. Another big teaspoon.
That's an Alberta teaspoon.
You bet. It's a redneck teaspoon. Okay. Try that.
Oh yeah. You could serve that any of the three ways, but I see
Any of the
But
three
you
ways.
can taste all three ways in this.
Yes,
You can taste the spice, the honey, and the peppercorn ranch.
exactly. But that's all part of how much you put in.
Now see, this is a dish. This is the one dish that we've done here that I have not had before.
No, you have not had
That's
this.
a great surprise.
You have not had this dish.
That is a great surprise.
Now it's boiling quite a bit. You know what? We can turn it right off because all we're going to do is add the cornstarch to it.
Right, and then we're going to put it in the big bowl.
That's correct. And then I'm going to do the vegetables.
Do you want to see it?
No, I'm good. I'm good, man. Hey, everything's good.
That is really good.
Now, once I thicken it,
Right?
it's going to taste different again. The reason it is because now everything is coated.
Right.
All this thickness.
Wow. I think 25 dashes was just right.
Oh, yeah.
26 would have put it over the top.
This is just a phenomenal way of cooking. I thought it was hot enough. We're going to just turn a little bit longer in here just to get that thickness. There's one more thing we're going to be adding to it is this white wine.
All
And
right.
I always add the white wine at the end. The
So
reason
that it
for
doesn't
that,
cook off too much?
that's correct.
And you said I've never cooked.
Well,
I make craft dinner with the best of
this is probably the most cooking you've done ever.
Probably. As far as you know.
How we doing there?
Good.
Give her. All right. Oh, okay. I'll do this while I'm.
Okay, that's good.
This,
Oh, you need some more for your recipe.
yes, I'll need a little bit more. Now we can turn it off. I'll just add a little bit more. Good.
Another teaspoon.
Okay. Remember all those three flavors that you
Right,
tried
right.
in those orders? Now that we got the white wine in here,
I'm ready.
now what happens here? What happens with adding the white wine to this? That enhances all three of those flavors 5 times easy.
Really?
Oh, you'll see once you taste it.
Oh, man.
Yes or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Okay, now this is done. We're going to pour this
Where have
into
you
the
been
bowl.
hiding this one?
I've been hiding it. Just haven't done it. I had to keep a surprise for you.
It's a nice surprise. We're going to put this in there?
We're going to pour this into here, like we did with the last one. Not so fast so it doesn't splash. There we go. Perfect.
Veggies?
Yes, we can just put them right in there. Because what I'm going to use the base here, I'm just going to put some wine in right now. Good.
Teaspoon?
You bet. You put that in there. I'm going to replug this in. Good.
That's that much?
Good, 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 good. Remember, we only want to put so much in here, okay?
Oh, that's right.
Again, my base spice. Okay. And I'm just going to add a little bit more of everything that I've been using here. Just to,
That was about a quarter of a bear.
you could probably use the whole thing, but we don't need to today.
Another 20.
Yeah. Remember, a little bit of this.
Half teaspoon.
Okay, excuse me.
Use that up.
Yeah.
Teriyaki.
They got the other one over at the table there. You want to go grab it? More teriyaki. Just stir this all up. Perfect. I need that one right there. That's all I need. Get away. Okay, there we go. Again, we just let this cook a little bit. You know, once everything that we've mixed in here, a little more peppercorn ranch. Yes, you can do that.
I just have to feel useful. I mean, I got to tell you, being the official taster is a great job, but I
Yeah.
really want to feel like I contributed a little bit more.
Yeah,
than
for
that.
sure. You bet. You know, like, just let it sit here for a minute to get going again. You're almost done stirring
You
that
want to
up.
bring that up to a boil again? Or kind
Yeah,
of
just
a little
just
boil?
a bit of a boil. So once
Simmer
we
or
add,
boil?
yes, that's correct. That way there we can add a little. I don't need the whisk. Thank you. Add a little bit more. There, that's good. You can take that. I don't need any more. And we'll just stir it up here. While that's cooking, thickening up, we'll add some uncooked veggies in with this stir fry right here. That'll be good. Okay. This is coming along real nice. And you notice too on my recipes, I don't use a lot of spice
Right.
because you don't want it salty. If you use too much spice, you'll make your meal salty, and you don't want that.
No. Okay, so that's
Okay.
So that's
This
simmering.
is done.
Kinda
This
now?
is done. We're going to pour
And then
that
off
in
it
there
goes
now.
into there.
This all goes into here.
Trying to remember where my plate is.
Probably washed. Remember I said there were some little ghosts in here?
Yeah, that's right.
And then we'll just stir this up. Whoops. Again.
We're going to serve this with rice again?
Yep, we'll be serving that with rice again.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can put some rice on that
Sure.
plate.
Just a taste. Okay, now I've got about a teaspoon of rice on here, Mark.
Okay. Now we're going to put this on here. And there we go. There's the finished product.
Well, let me at it.
Okay, Sean, there you go. Give it a try. Tell me what you think. This is stir-fry pheasant done in a peppercorn ranch dressing. Ready to
This
eat.
is Mark's peppercorn, honey, hot sauce,
Oh yeah, it's got everything
pheasant
in it.
stir fry.
You bet. You can call it whatever you want. I guarantee you never ate pheasant like this before.
I call it my new favorite.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. I'd like this every Tuesday and Friday, please.
Oh no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, the problem I have with all your recipes is one problem.
You like them all?
The one that's on the plate in front of me is my favorite. And I'm telling you, I'm not that way about other food. You have a knack for cooking game that, well, it takes it beyond normal food. I mean, it's a treat every time I have it.
Oh yeah.
And if folks will take a little bit of time
Oh, all it takes is a little time.
and experiment, take your
Play with it.
guidelines,
Play with it.
take your guidelines and experiment with it
Yeah.
to their own taste.
Exactly.
They are going to get so much more out of their hunt
Oh.
because the finished product is untouchable.
Exactly. And what's going to happen with this? Once people start tasting and trying this food, they're going to want to go hunting again, because they're going to know that they can enjoy that pheasant, that duck, that goose, that grouse, that deer, that moose, that elk, and enjoy eating it. Not sit there going, oh my God, this is tasting terrible. I don't want this no more.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy. You keep making them, I'll keep eating them.
Oh yeah. As long as my blood flows through my veins and my heart still ticks, I will cook until I die. I can't help it. I just love it too much.
Thanks for sharing these
You're
secrets
welcome.
with us.
Enjoy.
I'll tell you, you've made my hunting season a better
Hey,
one.
I kept this one for the last because I needed you to see a different
Nice little
side.
surprise.
Oh yeah.
Mark Nardelli's peppercorn hot sauce honey stir fry.
You can call it whatever
Call
you
it whatever
want.
you want.
You bet.
I call it my new favorite.
Your new favorite.
Thank you,
Super.
buddy.
You're welcome.